You've seen the video on the CDV-700. Well, maybe you haven't. The Victoreen. Got the Geiger tube here. I've got the handle off because I was cleaning it. It was rusty and I misplaced the screws, so I've got to find the screws. So I've got the handle off of it. Anyway, it's a real Geiger tube and you detect radiation with it. You can use it for lots of stuff. Here is a depleted uranium check source on the side. Well, I guess I'll show you how it works again before I show you the next part of the video. It's going to be a really difficult video, y'all, but it's some really cool new stuff I got online the other day from my wife. She bought me for my birthday coming up. So anyway, I'll just show you that this works. You take off the beta shield, and there's the real Geiger tube in there. We've done a video on this before. There's a real tube in there, and to test it, there's a check source on the side here. You put it up to there, and you calibrate it on the ×1 scale, and there you go. So that works. I've shown the insides of it and all that, but she works. You know, as you can see, you take it away. You put it back up to the check source there, which is a little bit of depleted uranium underneath that sticker there. All right, this is going to be really hard. I'm going to do my best here. You can hear this thing. It spins up the high voltage from 4 D-cell batteries. Let me let you hear it again. Sounds like about 100 hertz or maybe more, whatever. Anyway, it works. I do have the handle for it. Wifey got me a, here's the bag. I'll be real careful with this. Like I said, this is going to be a difficult video to shoot. So I'm going to do my best here. Waterproof bag and strap that came with it. She got me a radiation detector. See the handle? Let's not get into this yet. We'll do another video of that. But anyway, what else you got here? And here's the book for it and everything. It's a survey meter to see after you had a nuclear incident, you could see how safe it was or whatever. I don't have the battery in it right now. That one takes 4 D cells, and I didn't have any more, so I've got one of the D cells taken out of this one into another unit, which I'm about to show you. But here's this unit, which is as you can see, the battery's gone out of it. I took out. I'm sorry if this is kind of a raggedy video. There's the calibration. Anyway, the CDV-700 is in another video, but this is the. Let me just show you this real quick. I got to be real careful. I don't want to hurt this thing. There's the sensor right there, or the connector that goes through. I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to set this up here. I don't want to break that pin in there. And it got a schematic there, and it goes into this container. This would be the Model 1 CDV-717, which is if you had a, this is rads per hour to see if you were going to die if we had a war during the Cold War of nuclear persuasion. So I'm going to set this here very carefully. We'll do a more in-depth video later. The sensor is down in the bottom of the device here. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. I don't know if I can. Let me set this phone down real quick. Set the old iPhone down. Hang on, watch, guys. I'll take this off. You can see that pin goes through from the other side from the head unit, and it goes into. This is there's an electrode in there or something. You can look it up. I haven't. I just got this in the mail yesterday from wifey. Anyway, it still works. It's been certified, and that's a sensor for radiation. It's got like a coil in there, and you can see where it's been soldered shut. And that goes in here. Now, what goes with that is you can remotely, and this isn't even the cool part of the video, but you can remotely hook up that sensor to this cable which fits down in here, which I have taken out right now to show you all the video. But you can, you know, I guess it's probably 10 feet. If you had a check source you wanted to keep an eye on, maybe in a certain area where you thought that there were a bunch of uranium parts from a bomb or whatever. Anyway, here's where it's been recalibrated in the last several years. And here's a schematic. Like I said, you've seen the video on this. Maybe you haven't, you should check it out. CDV-717. Anyway, so this is out. You can see it's really well made. Let me try to focus this thing here. I'm using an iPhone, so here, hang on. Anyway, you would put this in between the main unit and this sensor here, and you'd put that wherever you want, and then stand way the hell back, I guess. Anyway, what else came with it? This little guy here did. This is a charger. If you have questions, let me know. I'll show you. This is a charger for a dosimeter. It takes a 1 D-cell battery. It's made like a, I mean, it's like a brick house. I mean, it's incredible stuff. What does this do? Here's a look at it. Actually, let's take a look inside first, then I'll try to do this with one hand. And here is the book that came with it and the info. I hope the quality is okay. I'm using an old iPhone. It's about 3 models out. But anyway, that comes with that. This manual came with this radiation detection meter. And that's the actual Geiger counter there. This is for, I guess, after a... this is seeing how many rads you're going to get. They used to count them in rads or counts per minute. This was counts per minute. Do the research. I just got this yesterday. Anyway, so this wraps up, goes in here. You can use it together when this pin on the bottom right there plugs in, and when you have this remote cable in here, that pin on the bottom goes into here, and you can use it together. But this unit here is totally separate. This is really, really, really cool. And both of these, this one and this one, run off of a 1 D cell. That runs off 4 because it has to have a lot of, well, it has to run up the voltage to run the Geiger tube. 4, I guess it's 1 to 3, 6 volts. So these are both 1.5 volts. Anyway, try not to make this too long. I'll try to do this real quick here. Here's the insides. I did put a battery in it. There's a spare bulb there just to show you the backlight. That's an extra bulb, and then there's a bulb here. You get a coil there to run up the 1.5 volts to the high voltage you need to charge up the fibers in. Let me show you. We're going to try to put this back in very carefully. I don't want to... This is very expensive. So, and there's a gasket around there where it's all in pretty much American-made indestructibility. So we're going to try to do this. I'm going to try to show you in one video here. Hang in there with me if you really want to understand what's going on. Maybe you do. It's a dosimeter charger reader. So if you were out working in a field, say you were at the looking at the SL1 up there in Iowa, they had the military had a nuclear power small plant where it's called the SL1, and it blew up, and they had lots of problems with it, and killed 3 people, the explosion, because they put the rods down in there wrong. Anyway, if you ever wanted to know if you were working at a nuclear facility, or if you were in a place where you thought you were going to receive radiation, maybe the Russians sent a bomb over, and anyway, you were seeing how safe it was or wasn't, you had to wear one of these. It's made out of Bendix. The people that make all the brake cylinders in probably every car that you have or had, So y'all, here's the way it works. This little guy here has some fibers in there that get affected by radiation, gamma radiation, or X-rays, or whatever comes out of the fissile material of a nuclear bomb or accident from whatever we make energy out of. But anyway, so yeah, what you do is, I'm going to try to do this in one shot. You wear it all day, and then you press it down right here, and I'm going to try to do this without screwing up the camera. Hang on, this is going to be tough. Let me see if I can show you down in here. Can you see that? It tells you how many Roentgens that you are going to get in a day. So right now we reset it. And what you do is you, let me get it. I'm sorry, I can't hold it still, y'all. You go work all day or for a certain amount of time, and you time out the hours that you worked, that you were exposed, and then you and then you come back and you read this on this little machine here, or this little device, and it will show you the amount of radiation that you got. Now, I thought it was colder than hell. I mean, anyway, I'll do another video. If y'all want to see something else on it, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.